2 years ago, a man's fantasy became a reality in a form he'd never seen before. A cooking room, a kitchen. The motivation for spending a fortune in rent on his kitchen was to combine cuisines in an effort to create new artistic dishes, a fusion of food.
I want a cuisine!
To realize his dream, he secretly chose the top chefs of various styles of cooking, and he named his men the Food Fusion Masters, the similar-looking men of culinary skills. Food Fusion Master of Fried Food, Ben. Food Fusion Master of Desserts, Ben. And Food Fusion Master of Spice, Ben. Kitchen Stadium is the arena where Food Fusion Masters await the challenge of the best chefs around the world. Both the Food Fusion Master and Challenger have 1 hour to tackle the two cuisines of the day. Using all their senses, skills, and creativity, they are to create artistic dishes that have never been tasted before. And if ever a challenger wins, he or she will gain the people's fame and ovation forever. Every battle, reputations are on the line in Kitchen Stadium, where master chefs pit their creations against each other. What inspiration does today's challenger bring? And how will the Food Fusion Master fight back? The heat will be on.
I have heard that from the cobblestone cafe-lined streets of Vienna that there's a new master in town. From the city that birthed one of the world's greatest minds in Mozart, it has done it again in the world of fine dining. Nicholas Strahovski and his Michelin-starred restaurant have gained worldwide acclaim for its fresh and unique takes on European staples.
Look, I think you've got the wrong Nick. I've never even fucking been to Vienna. I think there's been a bit of a cock-up here.
I want to test to see if his genius will cut it in Kitchen Stadium, and if he will be able to waltz his way to victory against my Food Fusion Masters.
But no, I'm just a dude from Australia.
ホテル大倉で腕を振るう兄と日光東京を支える弟、その弟がやってまいりました。さあ皆さん大きな拍手でお迎えください。ホテル日光東京東宮料理長梁重京。それではあなたを迎え撃ち始める。
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
鉄人を登場させましょう。よみがえるがいアイアンシェフ。
Fuck. The red one, I suppose.
And there it is, the master of spice and everything nice, Ben, the challenger from Vienna, going into uncomfortable territory here against a third-generation alcoholic who was raised sucking a bottle of sriracha. Whatever cuisines are picked, it doesn't matter. The heat will be on.
それでは発表します。今日のテーマはこれです。
The challenger is already looking in rough shape, a seriously good combination of countries there for the Food Fusion Master of Spice. The challenger is going to have to dig deep and fall back on his measurable experience in the kitchen. But if there's any man who can do it, it is him. We are set and ready, so let's get it on!
I want a cuisine!
And the gong, we are on! Pretty leisurely start from both challenger and master. While they're getting set up, I'd like to welcome my good friend, Dr. Yukio Hattori.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here.
Heard this earlier. Fuck you.
Sorry for the language, folks. And of course, out on the floor we have our kitchen reporter, Shinichiro Owada.
Fuki-san, it seems that our challenger may have prepared some fuchi that he's let rinse in water.
So Fuji, what is that, Doctor?
Fuchi is a type of fermented soybean, usually used as a base ingredient of a sauce.
So it seems straight away the challenger is attacking the Chinese portion of this dish. Is he going for the strainer there?
Normally, you'd strain the beans first. It's certainly an unconventional approach to do that second.
Defying conventions is how the challenger has made a name for himself and may yet deny the master victory tonight, who seems to be having trouble with a kettle of all things.
This is actually a known fault of this model of kettle. They swapped the switching mechanism without updating the spring, and it led to a product recall around 6 months ago.
Well, it looks as if the master has completely switched on now. And look at those ingredients there. We've got green onion, red chili, and something else is in some packaging.
Fuki-san? Yes, the master won't say what's in the packaging just yet, as he wants to keep a little bit of mystery in these early stages of the contest.
Well, all right. The master already getting a bit protective. Do you think he's buying into the hype of Challenger Nicholas here?
Probably not. Master Ben is pretty good at keeping cool under pressure.
The challenger is now going for some garlic, and it seems a portal has swallowed up a glass right here in Kitchen Stadium.
What will be interesting is whether that portal bridges either time, space, or a combination of both.
So already the master bridging across dimensional reality in a bid to unsettle his rival, perhaps.
Fuki-san? The master says he didn't intend to break reality. He was simply trying to get the challenger Nick to pour some Coke into his scotch.
Maybe a good thing, too, as he seems preoccupied, currently crushing some garlic into a saucepan, and the master also going for some garlic as well. They're certainly not copying each other, are they?
No. It's really not uncommon to start dishes with some garlic. And in Chinese dishes, you'd also see ginger used quite a lot as well.
And just as you say that, out comes the ginger. Both chefs going toe-to-toe here, though it seems the challenger having an issue crushing the ginger there. It's just gone straight into the saucepan to his own amusement. Now it looks as if the master is getting ready to cut some green onion, and is the challenger mimicking him? Yes, he even has green onion. In all our time on Food Fusion, I've never seen this. If I didn't know better, the challenger is just copying the master. Surely this can't be a winning strategy.
As Sun Tzu wrote in The Art of War, all warfare is based on deception. I wouldn't be so sure. The challenger could be trying to suggest weakness early on in an attempt to show strength later in this contest.
It would seem the master is creating some type of broth. Not exactly sure what the contents of it will be as of yet, but there's pretty much a 100% chance of some type of heat to this dish now.
This broth looks to be similar to Chongqing-style soups, which is, of course, a city in the Sichuan province.
And famous for their spice?
Yes, exactly.
Meanwhile, the challenger's still flicking away at his beans while the master is beating his meat, then shakes a load of cumin all over the place.
The cumin really gives it away that the mince will comprise of the Mexican portion of this dish. It'll be interesting to see how this will work with the broth, however.
A quality chef always tastes his ingredients, no matter how potent they may be.
Fuki-san, the challenger says he didn't expect the fuchi to be so rich, and he'll probably just add some more sugar to cover the fact it tastes like a rusted butthole currently. His words, not mine.
Master Ben mixing in what appears to be chipotle chilies into the mince, as if this dish wasn't hot enough. Challenger Nick cooking in the douche, the basis for what we presume is a sauce. It's taken us a pretty long time to just get to here. A very leisurely start to this contest with 45 minutes remaining.
Ah, there we go. That's a giveaway. Nick is making a black bean sauce. Goes really well with meat. A classic favorite of Chinese takeaways, too.
Which is perhaps, as an Austrian, his main exposure to Chinese cuisine. Is there a Chinatown in Vienna?
I don't believe so, no.
All right. I'm not a very good butcher.
Challenger Nick now looking to cut up some beef. Beef in black bean sauce, anyone?
What about that is Chinese?
Of course it's fucking Chinese. Do you know what black bean sauce is?
Black beans are Mexican.
It's not black beans. It's not the Mexican black beans that you're using, okay? They're fucking soybeans.
I think you should be disqualified.
No, they're fucking...
You are
they're
useless.
Chinese.
Whoa, tensions are rising in the kitchen just now. A disagreement over
It's got that, oh, it might be burn at the bottom feel.
over the appropriateness of the challenger's dish. Who is in the right there, Doctor?
I think we're stupider from hearing it, to be perfectly frank.
Fuki-san, Master Ben says he wanted to get under the challenger's skin a bit. He also seemed a bit angry that his scotch and coke hasn't returned back yet.
Well, speak of the devil. Not 5 seconds ago, they were at each other's throats, but over a drink, it seems these two titans in the kitchen have kissed and made up. It seems the master is creating some dumplings. Is that how you read this, Doctor?
It's safe to say he's creating a wonton soup.
And that must have been what was in the mystery packaging earlier, correct?
Yes, that's right.
Also, the challenger's black bean sauce finally starting to come together. Do you think he has the time from here on out?
He should be fine if he's doing something like a stir. Oh, he's going for a slow cooker.
While Challenger Nick is pushing the definition of low and slow, Master Ben is getting right into it. His water is boiling fiercely, and those wontons are ready to go in.
30 minutes.
The 30-minute call, and it looks to have blindsided the challenger, much to the amusement of Food Fusion Master Ben. Did he just get out a blender?
That's definitely a blender. My only guess here is that he's trying to create some sort of shredded beef.
Straight away, running into issues, the blender getting stuck, and the challenger having to get his hands dirty. It couldn't get any worse. I promised
what the
that he
fuck's
would be
that?
on, but the blender seems to actually be on fire.
There's an electrical fire.
It would seem Challenger Nick has released the secret smoke from electrical appliances that is really hard to put back in.
Master Ben just putting his head down and getting on with it. This fire, this electrical fire of all things, it might have saved Nick from himself. I'm honestly not sure that would have worked.
It certainly was unconventional by the Challenger, but that unconventional approach has made him famous. It's a shame we'll never see what he intended to do with that blender.
All right. That is kind of fucked up. I'm not going to have the shredded beef that I once was, but if I get the steaks right, you know, like nice chunky bits in your burrito.
There it is, the challenger confirming it, a burrito with a Chinese twist, and it looks like it's requiring a ton of red
It
chilies.
seems the Challenger is using an Austrian technique called the knuckle shuffle.
Fuki-san, Master Ben says he is well ahead of schedule and might just sit back and have a few drinks.
Supreme confidence there from the master as the challenger's meat hits the frying pan. Slowly followed by the sauce.
I'd say it's more of a meat puree at this point.
The puree going in, and so are Master Ben's wontons.
That mixture of mince and huge chunks of steak. Perfect.
While Challenger Nick is struggling to cut through a tomato, let's talk logistics here. If the challenger is making a burrito, he still has a while to go. Will he need to get the hurry on and start cooking the rice right now?
He should be fine for time if he uses a short or medium grain white rice. The removal of the bran will allow the water to absorb quicker, and thus cook the rice faster.
Fuki-san, Challenger Nick definitely just put brown rice into that pot.
There you go. The master is seeing the writing on the wall and is having a drink. The rice is going onto the stovetop, but will it be ready in time? Meanwhile, Master Ben is adding more chilies to his dish, as if it really needs it.
15 minutes.
All right, the 15-minute marker. Things are going to have to speed up here for the challenger, while the master seems to have enough time to even de-seed his chilies. Challenger Nick giving that onion a big whiff. What is he looking for there?
Basically, whenever you chop or crush an onion, it releases a thiosulfonate, the strength of which is really a good indicator of the quality of the onion. It's also the chemical that irritates our tear ducts.
Let's hope then that this onion will be the only tears spilled tonight as Challenger Nick races to get what has to be a salsa ready. Some unconventional uses for a knife, however.
Fuki-san, Challenger Nick said, that knife is so blunt, I might as well use it as a spoon.
The real question is, why is he using a blunt knife then?
I honestly have no reasonable explanation.
We're all a little dumbfounded, but we are getting a clearer idea of the two dishes we're seeing here. We actually can see every filling of the challenger's burrito here. The rice, meat, and salsa. The only thing missing would seem to be the tortillas, am I correct?
Were you even watching just then?
In any case, the challenger now attempting to cut a lime, add a little zest to the salsa to really bring out the flavors. Or it would have, but it's gone straight into a cocktail shaker. The challenger getting a bit thirsty, perhaps? What does he have there?
That would be Baiju, a Chinese rice spirit. Really potent stuff, and traditionally served in ceramic bottles.
A Chinese spirit. Maybe the challenger has an ace in the hole. Is he creating new drinks by fusing the cuisines? This could turn this contest on its head, as he seems to have poured out a passion fruit mojito there.
Beautiful.
More shot pouring by the challenger here, now going for the Mexican staple of tequila.
Fuki-san, the challenger says that while he's had some difficulties with the blender breaking, he's hoping to make up the difference by getting the judging team blind drunk.
What a power play there! I'm not sure at this moment the master has a chance to react. Challenger Nick is changing the bounds of the contest here, but it seems he's making a cup of tea instead.
His build probably gives it away, but he looks as if he has 2 sugars.
90 seconds.
Ben looking very relaxed. He just needs to plate this dish and he's done. The challenger, though, is looking for help and he has found it. Food Fusion Master of Fried Food has come to the challenger's assistance to plate this thing, much to the disbelief of Ben.
Which Ben is that?
The red one, I suppose. Either way, those wontons are being served and look delectable, don't you think?
They're really showing just the right amount of transparency with their outer layer.
I've got to say, that shade of red from the master's soup is delightfully devilish. The challenger, however, struggling to find space in his kitchen.
Right now, it seems like a case of too many cooks in the kitchen.
Not exactly great feng shui currently, though the master is keeping things very neat and tidy. Ladies, he cooks and cleans.
30 seconds.
A final touch of heat being applied to the master's dish here. There's mere seconds to go, and things are wrapping up. It's going to the wire for the challenger.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And that's it. The cooking is done. The Mexican-Chinese battle is over.
Honestly, I don't know how that went. It tastes all right. I had a bit to myself. The burrito turned out good, better than I maybe expected, but it's cut and go. Like, I'm obviously facing some stiff competition here in an actual chef. I want to iterate that I'm not Austrian.
I think it went really well. Definitely came out a lot spicier than I thought it would. I have, however, paired it with a Scotch and Coke, which should dull the senses, which is what I always go for. So we'll just see what they have to say.
Challenger Nicholas Strawowski is serving one dish and 3 drinks. First up, green tequila. Traditionally served before meals in Asia, but never quite like this. Served sweet, the warm sensation of the tequila further helps this drink become the hug in a mug we expect from a cup of tea. As a second aperitif, the challenger has created a passion fruit mojito with Baiju spirit. The strong, challenging flavors of this traditional Chinese liquor have been paired with the go-easy, relaxing tropical flavors of a mojito. The mint, citrus, and passion fruit helping to balance out that sweaty sock taste. And for the main course, the challenger has created a beef burrito in black bean sauce. The beef, due to its unique 2-stage mincing process, has a layered consistency that is sure to keep diners guessing. The sauce, a staple of Chinese cuisine, now in a burrito at last. Containing brown rice because the challenger thought GYG charges $1 for it, so it must be good. A unique dish that you could only find on Food Fusion. Finally, the challenger serves as a digestive, aloe vera, and tequila. Because in his own words, why the hell not? Food Fusion Master Ben is serving 1 dish and 1 drink. First up, his favorite, a Skoke. The not-so-peaty notes of cheap blended scotch and the artificial sweetness of Diet Cola combine to make a low-calorie drink you can slam down quick, fast, and economically. Served on ice in a Food Fusion low-ball glass. For his main, the master is serving a beef and bean wonton soup. The earthy flavors and spice of Mexican ground beef wrapped into dumplings and thrown into a hot, rich Sichuan-style soup. The soup is garnished with red chilies and spring onion, further bringing out the flavor of the broth and to add texture and color. And introducing our panel of judges. Amateur food critic and wine drinker Jordan Lewis.
I'm interested to find out the different flavors that can be melded together.
Pop sensation Twain, hot off the heels of his newest single, Vasectomy.
I will really attempt to step things up and give the review that these songs deserve.
And lastly, editor for the TV Guide, Kate.
So I'm pretty sure Nicholas is not who he says he is. I went on a date with him once. Putting my feelings for Nick aside, I'm actually pretty excited to see what they have in store food-wise.
It's now time to serve up the challenger's meal. Will it have a special something to sway our judges? Serving first will be the green tequila.
Again? That is delicious. That is better than Coldrell.
This is smooth and hot, unlike Nick.
The aroma really gets me. I could write a song about this, but I won't.
Drink number 2. This is a Baiju Mojito. Passion fruit.
I'm not okay with that. No, I'm out. I'm out. I'm out.
I don't want to drink it now. It kind of tastes like a wet dog had sex with a passion fruit.
This texture is really interesting. It's tough, but surprisingly smooth.
You guys have mentioned the spiciness of it, but I think that adds to the texture. The texture is really fluent in the way that I would expect it. I mean, there is enough dry to the wet that I really want from a burrito.
You can really taste the smokiness of the blender, and the meat's just it's real tender, and the combination with the rice and the vegetables, it's surprisingly good. The burrito makes the drink worse.
It's all terrible.
I really got to stop getting into these situations.
Have some more.
Alright, cheers.
Fucking creep.
Perhaps a surprisingly competitive showing there by the challenger. The food fusion master now to serve his dish, but first, a skoke.
Big fan. Yeah, it's about time, thanks. When I asked for water, I didn't expect something so African American.
Really all about the food fusion glass. It makes it. It's just that little bit special. Interesting. I like the spice in the sauce.
It's definitely spicier than my date with Nick. It's actually really fucking hot.
I don't know about you guys, but if they seared a pheasant's asshole and then put it down my pants, I would not be as erect as I am right now.
それぞれの分野の頂点に君臨するお二人。さすがに今日の試合は非常に見応えのあるものでした。審査は2対2で分かれました。
The judges' scores are tallied. Two men wait nervously to see who has been judged the victor. The Food Fusion Master has done it! The result's closer than he may have liked, but a win is a win. The Austrian challenger seems furious with himself to have come so far to be denied victory here tonight. The master's face says it all, a mixture of relief and astonishment. A truly eventful contest. For Food Fusion, this has been Kenji Fuki from Kitchen Stadium. Good night.